Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to the children's message. So, have you ever said something you wish you hadn't said? Or thought something that you can't get out of your head that you wish you could? Or have you ever done something that you wish you could undo? So today, Jesus pours out his heart to the disciples. He tells them, he says, look, he says, this is God's plan. I got to go to Jerusalem. They're going to kill me. But first, they're going to make me suffer. They're going to whip me, and they're going to crown me with thorns. They're going to do all these terrible things to me. And I'm going to be nailed to a cross, the possible worst way to die. And he's pouring out his heart to the apostles. And James and John walk up and go, hey, Jesus, that's great. Can we sit at your right and left in heaven? We want everybody to know that we're your favorites, that you love us more than everybody else. And when they see us sitting at your right and left, they're going to go, oh, look at that. They're so special. In other words, they didn't get it. And then when Jesus tells everybody what's going on, James and John feel terrible, and they wish they could unsay what they said and undo what they did and unthink what they thought, but they can't. So I had the same problem the other night. My wife, she's wonderful. She made the most wonderful dinner, and then she said, all right, you have two choices for dessert, but you can only have one, so which one do you want? And she gave me a choice, and I grabbed a banana, and I said, this is great. I love bananas. And then Esther, I peeled the banana. She said, or you can have Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And I love Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. And I wanted it more than the banana, but I could only have one. And I'd already peeled the banana. And so I said, you know what? I'll fix it so that she doesn't know that I peeled the banana. So the first thing I did was I put a rubber band around it. And I thought that would make it look like it. And it didn't quite work. It was still, well, it still looked like I'd peeled the banana. So the next thing was, I said, you know what? I'll staple the banana. Yep, I'll staple it. There we go, staple. Oh, and it just smushed the banana. And so that didn't work. And then, my old friend duct tape. I said, you know what? This will do it. I will be able to duct tape it so that she won't know that I ate the banana. And so, you know, we have to kind of put it back together again, and we'll just duct tape it. And yeah, it's not working real well. The duct tape isn't really sticking to the. Yeah, I think she's going to know that I opened the banana up. Yeah, there's no way to fix that. So I'm just going to have to eat the banana, even though I'd rather have the Cherry Garcia. But you know what, Jesus? When we say something that we shouldn't say, when we think something we shouldn't think, when we do something we shouldn't do, Jesus says, I forgive you. And by the way, he then says, not only do I forgive you, but I'm going to forget that you ever said it or did it or thought it. I'm going to throw it as far away as the east is from the west, which is really, really far. He says, so the next time you see me, if you walk up and say, hey, do you remember that time? I'm going to say, no, I don't. I love you and I forgive you. That's the God that we worship. One who loves us so much that even when we make mistakes, he's not going to let that come between us. He's going to hold us and love us and take us to be with him forever in heaven. And that's what I love about it. And James and John learned that message. And later, by the way, they did the most amazing things in Jesus' name because they understood they were loved. And that's what allowed them to go forward and do all that they needed to do. Aloha, ahui ho.